Why would you call a knife oh so sweet? Maybe because you think it is oh so frickin' sweet? In any case, that's a pretty weird name that Kershaw went for. The oh so sweet. Yeah, but we don't care about the name. We care about the quality and the price that you have to pay for that quality. And in this case, you can get it for around $20, give or take, depending on where you get it. And for that price, you get 8CR13 MOV steel, which, from what I understand, is pretty decent quality. Good edge retention, good overall performance. The handles are glass-filled nylon, and they have this interesting irregular scale pattern going on, which definitely makes it pretty secure in the hand. Nice traction here, and they don't feel bad. Personally, I prefer rubberized handles, but those are pretty nice too. There's really nothing wrong with them. And the knife is spring assisted with a flipper only. As you can see, there is no thumb stud whatsoever. You can only open this by pushing on a flipper, which is, you know, very practical, fast, and convenient way to open it. So no need for thumb studs, which of course also means that there is one piece less that could snag in your pocket. So that's always neat. And since the flipper is pretty generous, it's very easy to access. So that's kind of neat. With the overall shape, as you can see, the handle is quite anatomical. You have this finger choil here, and it swells here on the back so that it fits nicely against your thumb muscle. And yeah, your fingers just wrap around it naturally, and it's pretty secure. You don't have jimping on the back here, but personally I don't think it's necessary. Since it flares out a little bit, you still get a pretty good thumb rest here. And you can also put the thumb further down if you want to do more precise work, or that finger. It's quite a versatile design. Also with the blade, it's a rather classical blade shape, which can be used for a variety of different tasks. As you can see, it has a hollow grind. The sharpness, testing with the finger, it seems pretty decent. Not scary, but quite decent. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually very sharp. Well, I botched that, but it's definitely sharp. You can see some minor tearing, so it's not the finest edge ever, but it's perfectly usable. The lockup is rock solid. No complaints here whatsoever. Very tight, and the build quality overall is really nice. Quite sturdy. The alignment of the blade is, as you can see, it is slightly off. To me personally, that's not a big deal, but just so you know, it doesn't affect the overall build quality or sturdiness, so that's not an issue. The frame lock works nicely, has some light jimping on there, which personally I don't mind. It's generally, I actually prefer not to have jimping there because I don't feel it's necessary, and it's typically more comfortable without, but this jimping is not too aggressive, so I don't really mind it. It doesn't irritate the thumb, so not a problem. Let's take a look at the belt clip. Yeah, it's unconventional. As you can see right away, it looks sort of weird, doesn't it? Personally, I like it because I'm sort of fond of more exotic designs. So if it looks kind of fancy, there is a slight chance that I like it. Actually, more than slight. But you may not like this because it is so weird. But it should work pretty well. It is fairly stiff. It's not pocket shredding stiff, but definitely not what I would call loose. So should work rather well. Even though it's narrow, it's definitely sufficient. And you can apparently change the belt clip for either tip up or tip down carry, which is definitely good to have, although you cannot switch it from one side to another. So if you're left-handed, that's obviously not that great. At least you can switch between tip up and tip down. It would have been nice if you could just switch between 4 positions. Personally, I think that should be standard on all folding knives, but hey, at least those 2 options. Let's check out the weight. It's at 88 grams, or let's see, 3 1/8 ounces. Negative aspects? Well, I just see 2 minor things. There is really no striking flaw about this design. Cannot find any. The only thing that you might not like, maybe if you're nitpicky, is that the blade is not perfectly centered and that the belt clip looks kind of weird. If you don't like that, yeah. But again, it's rather minor factors here. Overall, it's a very nice design, comfortable in the hand, has a nice blade shape and sturdy build quality, and all that at a low price. Cannot complain there. In short, yes, this is indeed a sweet knife.